here first. I think Bill got here before we got here. I'm not
Was
sure.
Bill here first?
I think Bill got here. I think he
Bill
turned the
beat
lights on.
us, huh?
I think he beat us this morning. We had a little bit of a pause. Good morning, friends. Bill, go home.
I can't even pretend to be surprised.
Right? Bill's more on time than anybody.
Good morning, everybody. Morning has broken like the first sunshine. Catbird is singing much the same. I don't know the lyrics, but it's a lovely song. Good morning. I see Aaron. I see him. Rodman, what are you singing? Sing something. Sing us something, Rodman. What do you want to sing? What, boom, what? Hold on, wait a minute. Good morning. Good morning. Apples, peaches, pumpkin pie. Everybody knows Aaron and I are pals. Ancient Chinese wisdom. There's some ancient Chinese wisdom. If I remember correctly, Street Glide sent that to me. It's kind of appropriate that that'll come from Streety. Okay, I testify to this. I testify to this. Anybody want to testify with Pops? Except free. That's great, classic. Singing in the rain. Good morning. There are peaceful solutions. Okay? You don't have to whack everything. There are peaceful solutions to your problems. Good morningers. I'm going to testify over here. Classic. Testification. I testify to this. Good morning. No testification over there. Good morning, everyone. Oh, this one cracks me up. It is only when a mosquito lands on your testicles that you realize there is always a way to solve problems without violence. Always a way. Good morning. Anybody cracking up at that one? Wait for this one. Where is this one? It's gotta be. Is it here? Let's see. Yeah. Okay, this one's hilarious. Give me a double tap or a like. 43 people here, 19 likes. Give me a double tap like a pop. Give me a doubly wobbly.
Biology major in college, so she's constantly psychoanalyzing me. When I wanted to fire the pool boy, she said, "You feel threatened by young virile males because you're getting older and you're coping with your own mortality." And my argument was, we don't have a pool. What is Enrique doing here?
Oh, you gotta hear that one more time. Wait, this is so freaking funny. Wait. Where is it?
My wife was a psychology major in college, so she's constantly psychoanalyzing me. When I wanted to fire the pool boy, she said, you feel threatened by young virile males because you're getting older and you're coping with your own mortality. And my argument was, we don't have a pool. What is Enrique doing here?
What is he doing here? Oh gosh. Okay, my argument is give me 5 people cracking up. I can't be the only one. Okay, I better not be the only one. Good morning. And my argument is we don't have a pool. Okay. What is it about pool boys? Why do girls like pool boys? I don't get it. What's going on with pool boys? Okay. It's always a pool boy. Okay, Derek. Oh, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Stop me from laughing again. Okay, good morning. Wait. Okay, so I like starting off by stealing someone else's jokes. Nippy, forget the pool boy. You like the lumberjack, and you have one. You got a really nice one. He's pretty studly. Okay. Pool boys. Don't they smell like chlorine, though? I think pool boys are expected to, like, I don't know. It's such a dumb thing that the images, labels we do. We're goofy. Brock and I have lately started calling the human race, we're just a bunch of monkeys. Do you know that? Well, at the end of the day, how many monkey things do you see going on? There's so much monkey business. Monkey business. There's so much monkeying going around. We're all a bunch of monkeys. I'm sure I'm a monkey half the time, too. Good morning, monks. Randos. Wilson, King of Prussia. Are you really a king? Are you from royalty? Kim, you know what I'm talking about. We can tend to be pretty monkeyish. You know what I'm talking about. This morning, I was looking at my rando factos, and I was like, wait a minute. We haven't done a mythobusto in a while. We haven't done mythobusto. We've been buried on facto, but we got a busto. Good morning. Give me 5 people that said, let's do bustos today. Good morning, Wizzy Waz. Give me 5 people that said, let's do some busters today. Rando facto, back burner, mytho busto front burner. Let's do some bustos. Okay? Bustos. What's wrong with us here? Busto with gusto. Hunty? Myth number 94. Myth number 94 is that there's no gravity in space. I fell for this one. All my life, I've thought there's no gravity in space. Isn't that kind of part of the deal of space? No gravity. Gravity can be found everywhere in the solar system. On Earth, we feel gravity because it's pulling us towards the core. In space, Shuttles are in a constant state of free fall towards Earth. So astronauts appear weightless because they are falling at the same speed that the shuttle is falling. Any astrophysicist out there, is that true? I think it's true. You're still falling towards some object. You're being pulled somewhere, but just at the same speed as the craft you're in. Okay? Kimberly, she knew better. She teaches this stuff. Myth number 95. You guys ready to go mythy number 95? Many people beat murder convictions by pleading insanity. The defense is very rarely used, and when it is used, it fails, usually fails. If it succeeds, the defendant is almost always previously diagnosed as mentally ill and is already on strong medication. That's about the only way you're getting out of it. You got to be a nut job before you do the crime, not after and then pretend you were. How about this one? A defibrillator. I said it right. A defibrillator. What's it used for? What do we use defibrillators for? Why am I so loud right now? Pops, calm down. What's a defibrillator used for? To restart the heart? Streety? That's the myth. A defibrillator is used to restart the heart. The defibrillator is actually used to stop the heart that is beating incorrectly in the hope of starting it to beat properly. Sorry, you're beating wrong. We got to get you back on track. Kind of a little tricky one there. We tricked Streety, that's pretty good. CPR is used to restart the heart. That's a myth. CPR isn't used to restart the heart. It's used to keep circulation of blood going until medical professionals can get to the scene. That's an old blood pumper. I'm sorry to hear that exception. How about this one? This one I think is true. Is this one true or false? Okay. I'm going to give you a true or false this time. You swallow 8 spiders a year in your sleep, or some kind of an insect, a crawly. Average person, 8 crawlies a year in their sleep. True or false? We got 1,000 trues staring at me. False. This myth was faked as part of an article about how easy it is for a convincing sounding fact to be accepted as true. They made that one up to see if you'd fall for it. We all did. I don't think I'm swallowing spiders. I really don't. I don't think they told me I was. But we're not really swallowing spiders, Derek. That's a pretty good one. I think I got a lot of you on that one. Okay? There is no Nobel Prize for mathematics because a mathematician was having an affair with Alfred Nobel's wife when he started the Nobel Prizes. And he said, nah, forget it. I'm not doing mathematic guys. I don't like that guy. Leave my wife alone. False. Nobel was never married. Who made that one up? Nobel was never even married. Secondly, Nobel established prizes for fields that interested him, and mathematics simply wasn't one of them. I wouldn't do a mathematics prize either. Exception. These are mytho-bustos. Don't believe them. I fell for this one as a kid. I fell for this one. Everyone in the neighborhood did. The guy next door, they were like, they didn't even belong on our block. We were like middle to low income family in a little area in the San Fernando Valley. And this family moved in next door. The guy drives a Porsche. It was 2-family income. They had the dad worked at like Douglas or one of these aircraft places, made really good money. The mom worked another shift, and they had one son about my age, a year or so older. Later on, true story, and it's sad. His name was Tony. Anthony, but his name was Tony. And in 18, 19, 20 years old, he got schizophrenia. And so he was a good friend of ours growing up. He was like a play friend. But you saw him go a little. I mean, he went. And he ended up being a serious schizophrenic situation. But the reason I'm telling you this is his dad always had to one-up the whole neighborhood. Okay? Yeah, it was sad to watch Tony go because he was a sweet, sweet guy. But he would go into the grocery store, and there was one incident that he had that he thought he heard airplanes coming overhead while he was going down an aisle in the grocery store. And so he's grabbing mayonnaise jars off of the shelf and throwing them at the airplane that's in the air, which there really wasn't one. So this guy's launching mayonnaise jars in the mayonnaise aisle and, going crazy, and they had to, white coat him out of there, like straitjacket guy. And a couple other incidences like that. Just bizarre what happens with our brains sometimes. So his dad next door, they're going to one up the whole neighborhood. And Kim, you have one in your family? Yeah. I have a brother-in-law. Is he a brother? Yeah, a brother-in-law he's in a live-in facility in San Diego. He's been there for 40 years. 40 years, he's another very difficult case. We never talk about John or do anything for John. He wouldn't even know. He wouldn't know about us. I'm sorry to hear that too, Laura. Anyways, the guy next door. So he put in back then we would call it an in-ground pool. In-ground, built-in. Because the pools in the neighborhood were all doughboys. Do you remember doughboys? The above-ground pools? We even put one in our yard for a while until we tore the liner every time we got in it. My dad got so tired of patching the liner, he was that's it. We're going to empty the pool. Tony's dad put in an in-ground pool next door. And it was the greatest privilege of a summer to get invited over and get a swim in the pool. But his dad had all kinds of rules. They were only allowed 2 people in the pool at a time. And it was just bizarre, all these rules. Stalin pool. Anyways, he convinced us. We absolutely believed this to the core of our being. Okay? Oh, he definitely was buying friends for his son. A special compound can be added to the water in swimming pools to reveal the presence of urine. Tony's dad had put it in his pool, and we knew that if we peed, it was going to turn red all around us. We were convinced, you pee in this pool, you're going to be a red cloud. Okay, you might as well get a new name. Nobody wanted to ever, because we knew in a minute if we ever got a red cloud, you'd never get invited over and get to go there again. Okay? Thanks, Mr. Lapino. A special compound can be added to the water in swimming pools to reveal the presence of urine. So you heard green, Vegas? I've heard blue, I've heard red, I've heard green. I think we were convinced it was red. Experts on chemicals used in public swimming pools say that although a reliable urine detecting dye can be produced, getting it to react only to urine and not trigger the presence of similar organic compounds would make it extremely difficult to produce and very expensive to sell. Currently, there isn't a company that is working on creating the compound, nor is there any company that plans to create the compound. Monsanto, forget it. We're not buying it. Okay? All that to tell you the story. You can pee in the pool, go ahead. No one will ever know. All right? Only, that's between you and the water. That's between you and the water. Male masturbation is very unhealthy. Research has shown that masturbating early and often, whatever, can reduce the chance of prostate cancer later in life. Queenie, how did you know about that? Queenie, how'd you know? Okay, early and often. That's the key. Don't try to catch up now, Tony G. Okay? Who's trying to catch up now? It's too late. This was an early and often situation. Okay? Pops, I can't believe you're discussing this stuff. Females are biologically inferior in math and spatial skills. You guys can't fly airplanes. Women cannot fly airplanes. Statistically, males and females have very similar grade averages in math courses from grade school through doctorate level classes. However, male enrollment in math-specific programs is higher than female enrollment. It's just the enrollment in the program, not our abilities. The girls' abilities. They're just as good, just as smart, just as sharp, but they're just busy doing other things sometimes. Okay? Melody, thanks for weighing in. Would you guys please go read Melody's comment? It's important. Okay? Oh. Okay, let's do a couple more. You guys who's liking Mythobustos? Give me 5 people that are okay with the busting myths this morning. Who's busting myths? Who likes it? Once in a while, we have to find out that we don't know what the heck we're talking about. Okay? We don't have a clue. Okay? Here we go. We're going to bust another myth. Highly social people are psychologically healthier. highly social people are psychologically healthier. Highly social people are not in any way healthier than non-social people. However, they are usually happier. Okay. All right. Nutritional supplements will make you live longer. I love the sound effects. While nutritional supplements are great for supplementing a healthy diet, they will not make you live longer. In fact, due to many people misusing supplements, they end up doing more harm than good. Fear marketing, Derek Anderson calls it. Now, this isn't relating to supplemental supplements. We know that that's a different group, right? You guys know what we're talking about here. Supplemental supplements, different group. And those will make you healthier, right? The Big Bang was an explosion. I don't think so. The Big Bang was actually an expansion of space, not an explosion. Kim just said it. It's an expansion. It's an inflation. It didn't take a big atom bomb. Okay? Just didn't. Well, let me get a couple more. One or two more. Wild dolphins. Wild dolphins are friendly, and they will save humans in trouble. Don't fall into the old dolphins are perfect situation. Okay? Dolphins don't care about humans. The myth that wild dolphins are friendly and will come to your assistance when you're in trouble is absolutely false. In fact, many people have been bitten or injured while attempting to swim with wild dolphins. Leave them alone. They're not interested in you. Might be different like at SeaWorld or something like that. But get away from the dolphins. This one is a fact. I'm going to read a fact this time. Owls are the wisest birds. Owls. Super wise. Solomon, I had an owl. I named him Solomon because he was so wise. He really was named Solomon because I thought he was super wise. The earliest known link between owls and wisdom come from their association with Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom. However, owls are actually placed on the lower end of intelligent birds, with the common crow being considered the wisest among birds. Crow is kicking the owl's butt, okay? Crows are the smartest things in the bird family situation. Crows and ravens. Sharpies. I loved my owl. I had a brown barn owl. Yep. I told you guys the story. I'm not going to repeat it. About how I killed my own. I'm not repeating it. Okay, here we go. Where are we at? This is Adonna. This is Adonna. Like that she's wearing her stethoscope. We'll finish this story about Adonna here. Okay? Last we knew, she was planning to embark on a journey along the Amazon River, visiting more than 30 Cambeba communities. 30 Cambeba communities, and the Cambebas are Amazon indigenous groups, a group of, let's just say tribe, Indian, or I don't want to say Indian, but indigenous groups in the Amazon, okay? She intends to provide medical care to those in need and run workshops on healthcare issues such as suicide prevention and child sexual abuse. Doesn't that freak you out? If you think about it, we're such monkeys. You have to worry about child sexual abuse in tribes in the Amazon. You think it's just happening here by, creepy men. That is makes me super sad. I mean, it's everywhere. Why sexually abusing children? Sexually abusing anyone. But I mean children. And this is an issue such that she has to have workshops about it. You know what I mean? Kim, it freaks me out. I keep thinking well, maybe not down there. But no. Suicide prevention. Same thing. They're just as unhappy down there as we are up here. Freaks me out. She cares. Gosh darn it, she cares. At the same time, Adonna is going to undergo shamanic trials to become a pahe, which is a spiritual leader and healer in indigenous cultures. That's exactly right, HB. She will perform rituals and prayers in front of the Cambeba people and shamans using ayahuasca, which is a plant-based infusion with hallucinogenic properties traditionally used to connect to the spiritual world and explore the depths of one's soul. Experiencing revelations under the influence of ayahuasca is profoundly powerful, and there I will prove if I am worthy or not, said Adonna. In the meantime, she has been speaking in forums, schools, and conferences as a doctor, indigenous activist, and an educator, seeking to gather funds for her expedition and spread her message on building bridges between Western and indigenous medicines. In August, she spoke at a conference on innovation and technology in Rio de Janeiro to entrepreneurs, students, and executives. On stage, wearing a long blue skirt, blue bead ornaments, and waist-length feather earrings, Adonna made a presentation comparing traditional indigenous medicines with official scientific medicine. Adonna denounced the colonialism inherent in a recent wave of scientific and pharmaceutical interests in traditional psychedelics such as ayahuasca. She's fighting the fact that they're going to start commercializing it. They're going to do the same thing there with the ayahuasca and all of its interests as Big Pharma is trying to do here with the psilocybin. Colonialism, it's basically capitalism, and down there they consider it more colonialism. She demanded indigenous groups be heard over the exploitation of their ancestral knowledge. Indigenous people are not invited to the conversation, and nature is seen as if it were here to serve us. It is not, she told the audience. Adonna is also a musician. She plays the violin, and she's an actress who starred in the Brazilian film Exinju. So she felt comfortable finishing a presentation by singing a cappella ode to Mother Nature while shaking rattles made of seeds. The crowd burst into applause. Oops, wrong one. Oops. That's beautiful. She just broke out singing. A cappella, an ode to Mother Nature. This lady is badass. In 1999, Brazil created within its public healthcare system a specific subsystem for indigenous people, devising an intercultural approach to respect their beliefs and employ indigenous people as healthcare workers. According to the doctor and anthropologist Luisa Garnello, however, these ideals are not translated into everyday practice, as she found out during her research with the Amazonian communities around the Rio Negro. Most indigenous professionals in the subsystem are community healthcare agents and nurse technicians, lower in the pyramid when compared to doctors. And being indigenous does not necessarily give them the right to create new ways of providing care. For a doctor striving to become a pahe, Garnello says it's difficult to reconcile the principles of scientific biomedicine, which is a medicine based strictly on symptoms, examinations, diagnostics, and medication. That's Western medicine. With indigenous medicine practices, which focus on the body, mind, and soul context, all seen in confluence. Two totally radically different approaches to healing. This is often an issue when indigenous people seek treatment, as healthcare providers may show disregard for indigenous beliefs. In turn, indigenous people at times avoid hospitals or reject medical intervention, preferring to trust their shamans and healers. So you have this polar approach. The indigenous people don't want to be judged. They want to practice it the way they don't want to go in and told that they're goofy. They don't want to be made to do it a certain way. And yet the Western science, they have their own, and there's no cross. Adonna recalls a case around Rio Negro where a Tucano indigenous man was bitten by a snake, and doctors said the leg would have to be amputated. His family abandoned the hospital and treated the wound with sap from a vine. His leg was saved. The indigenous guys figured out a way to save his leg. Recently, she mediated a standoff in the intensive care unit of the Sophia Feldman Hospital in Belo Horizonte. An indigenous child had presumed sepsis and needed urgent medical intervention. But his father, a shaman, opposed the doctor's recommendation. Adonna stepped in and promised to say an indigenous prayer in the intensive care unit. The family allowed the treatment. She's, look, we can do them both. I'll do indigenous prayer work in there while they're healing him from his sepsis. Saint. The family listened to me because I am an indigenous preparing to be pahe. The doctors listened because I'm a doctor. The father later said that Adonna's prayer had saved the child's life. The doctors said it was the antibiotics, she laughed. What matters is that we managed to save a life. Adonna continues to consult the two shamans mentoring her